A SuperVideHo greeting on Saturday, June 30th, last day of the month. Today we're doing a how-to video, our first one, on how to protect your video cassette covers, video cassette tapes. These are rather fragile, and here's the spine right here, which can come apart here. So we're going to protect all this with the least amount of tape that we can. And so we want to start with taking the tape out, and we're opening the edge up here at the top. Most tapes are this way. Some are just sealed here, so just tape it over and you don't have to do this procedure. We're protecting the inside when the tape comes in so that it doesn't hit this tab on the inside. We're taping this down to the inside here. So we have this tape dispenser, this type of tape we want to use, or this dispenser, which is actually a little bit wider than this one, like by about 1/8 of an inch. This cost 88 cents at a grocer, one of the big grocers. And so we're going to just turn it this way. We're going to tape this down over the seam here at the fold about 1/8 of an inch so that it protects that. And we just want to do it not all the way across, but make a square on the tape and go a little bit further so it's a rectangle, and tape it down over this by about 1/8 of an inch there. Press it down. You can stick it to the desk, it holds itself. Rub that crease with your fingernail to get it good, like this, back and forth. La-di-da. Pull it up, bend it back to get it ready to go in. Try not to get this stuck on anything. Then we hold this up. We can hold our fingers on the tape a little bit, but put it back in. Make sure it doesn't get stuck to the top as it's doing right now. Push it in. Tape's inside. We look back inside to see if it's okay. Yes. And now we want to mat it down. I use one of these. It's a letter opener, and so that I can press it down. I put it on the opposite side and put it in. Turn it over, and then just rub it down on the inside. So I'm rubbing it down on the inside to push. Just stick that tape to the other side. So when we put the video cassette in, it doesn't come up, which we're going to do right now. And we want to put it on the opposite side again so it doesn't rub against that tape. Easy. And then we rub this down up here. Rub that down on that tape on the inside, and it holds that flap down so when the tape goes in, it doesn't push it back out. Of course, we're going to tape this edge anyways, but it's just reinforcement. Now we're going to do the edges. Start with the edges. Do a piece that's just wide enough just for the edge, not too big, and get your edges right. Make sure that the cardboard's all level. Hold it down straight across, about 50-50 on each side if you want. Press it down with your fingernail, get the edge, rub it down, and now we're going to put one around the side because we're not going to do a whole piece around the top. You can do that if you want to. And we just do a little bit, not quite a 1/2 inch to each side. It's up to you how much tape you want to use. We do this, see the tape at the top here, just bring it down a little below the edge and stick it on with your thumb, rub it down, and then put your thumbs on the edges of the cardboard and just run it down, and it'll start to fold the tape, and you can just rub it over. We don't want any tape overlapping or air bubbles. And then just rub this down with your fingers. Actually, you can do it standing up like this right here. You can rub that tape that was on the top piece there, so the edges of the tapes that stick over. You do the same on the other side. And then we do the top here, so you see which side works best, the tape coming over. A whole piece will fit over the top. I'm going to do it over this flap. It just seems better usually this way, or that edge I should say. So I roll out the piece that I want just to fit that side, eyeball it, boom. I tack it down about 3/8 of an inch, make sure that it's level. I start with my thumb first, and I roll it over, and then hold the edge down so the cardboard's together. Roll that edge and it starts to go down like that, and you do it down the other side. Make sure that you roll it so this edge here doesn't get turned over. Sometimes that happens. So rub it from the center over to the edge and feel it with your finger so it's all going down even, and then rub it down. Rub it down again. Get your edges up here on the tapes up there. Okay, and we're done with the top. And now we're going to go to the bottom. So take out the tape. We want to secure these edges at the bottom. So we're just going to put a tape inside and turn it over and stick it on to the outside like this, so that it's going like this. And it protects this here, this edge that comes apart. That's where the cardboard is glued. So let's do that edge. Just get just enough. And you put it in the center. Halfway in. Press to make sure that it's straight coming out. And then on that edge, you put your fingers down in that little crease where the cardboard comes together there, so that it's nice and tight down. Bring it up, fold it all the way down just with the edge of the cardboard here. So you're making another edge, as you can see there on my finger. And then rub it down on the outside. Do the same on the other side. And now I protect these two edges here because the tape is going in and out. I just put a little bit on here. So we'll do that, which is a little more than halfway again. And I go in about halfway and push it down with my thumbs. And come down on the crease on the top, rub it on the edge, it starts to fold down. Go with your fingers like this from the middle and rub it outward. Then go with your fingernails and your thumb on the inside to get it all down there, and do the same on the other side. Which we'll do those because I was going to leave those out just to save time, but we'll do it. Okay, on the inside. Actually, you should be able to do this in about 15 minutes. I mean, about 5 minutes. I timed myself just yesterday. So you can do one of these in about 5 minutes. And this is just kind of trying to do it so you use the least amount of tape, but you get all the edges protected. Okay, rub that down inside. Bend it over. Rub the tape together against itself in that little curved part there. And get it on the outside. Now we put our tape back in, and we're going to do a piece all the way around the outside on the bottom, because the bottom gets the most stress with the tape going in and out. So I start again with this edge here that's glued together, and I start a little bit in, and I start the tape here. I line it up with the edge so that it's even when I go around, and you have to eyeball that. So we're just going to start. And I tack the first edge down. I see where the edge is, and I come in just a little bit. Hold it down with that finger, and then start to roll it with your finger this way. Go around that edge. Go around that edge, and then on the next side, see that it stretches over to the other side without going over the edge. Start it with your finger. Roll it down. If you have any creases in the tape, sometimes it's okay as long as it's not too bad. The last edge there, and now I'm going around the side that I started with, and I will just go a little bit further and cut the tape off so it overlaps. And then I go like this 2 times, usually 3 maybe, and I go both ways on the tape to rub it down because this is thicker. And you can do the piece that's on the middle there, the edges of those tapes underneath, to get everything kind of tight. And go all the way around, and I go this way too. And now we're going to do this edge here. This is already taped to right here and to right there. You can see it or feel it, and so we only have that much tape, so go a little bit further, and one piece fits all the way over, just like it did on the top. So we're going to go there and about right there. Same thing again, we put it down about 3/8 of an inch, tack to one side, run across, rub it down on the edge to the middle, rub it in from the middle to the outside, make sure the edges are even and they're not going to get caught underneath so the tape doesn't double over. Rub it down and get the edges if you want on the inside of that, the tapes from the upper and lower part. Rub it good so the whole surface of the tape here is still clear, except for the whole piece at the bottom, and we're not obstructing with the whole piece at the top. All edges are protected. It's really nice, and it should do you good. And we'll just finish off with that last piece. And easy peasy VHS videotape cover protection. And stay tuned for the next video. SuperVideHo is going to show you how to make a bow tie out of a dollar bill. The how-to session, our second how-to session, and it's really fun. So stay tuned for that. And there you go. It's nice and protected. Beautiful. It's a little firmer, and that'll last a good while for you. So happy movie viewing from SuperVideHo. Thank you. Here we go. Over and out.